Episode 4. The Test of Faith. Appiah sat quietly by the window, her eyes tracing the raindrops as they slid down the glass. Each drop seemed to echo the silent tears she had shed over the years, tears of longing, frustration, and unspoken pain. For nearly a decade, she and her husband, Kojo, had prayed for one thing, a child. But month after month, disappointment replaced hope, and the emptiness in her heart deepened. To Appiah, motherhood was more than a dream, it was a symbol of completeness, a blessing that seemed to come easily to everyone but her. Friends who once prayed together with her now cradled babies in their arms. Family gatherings became unbearable. The laughter of children she once loved now pierced her heart like a reminder of what she didn't have. In the quiet moments of her loneliness, Appiah began to question herself, and even God. She often replayed her past mistakes in her mind, wondering if she was somehow being punished. There were things she wished she had done differently, choices she regretted, and relationships she wished she had treated better. "Maybe this is my cross to bear," she whispered one night, her hands trembling as she held her Bible close. But Kojo refused to give up hope. He was her constant encourager, her voice of reason, and her pillar of faith. "Appiah," he often said gently, "God's time is perfect. We may not understand it now, but He hasn't forgotten us." His words brought comfort, yet sometimes they also stirred quiet anger within her. How could he stay so calm when she felt like she was falling apart inside? Still, Appiah tried to hold on to her faith. Every morning, she knelt beside her bed and prayed. Some days her prayers were filled with hope, other days, they were soaked with tears. She joined her church's women's fellowship and began volunteering in outreach programs. Helping others slowly mended parts of her broken spirit. It reminded her that even in her waiting, she still had purpose. After 7 years of trying naturally, Appiah and Kojo decided to seek medical help. The process was long, expensive, and emotionally draining. Tests, injections, and endless consultations became their new routine. There were moments she wanted to quit, especially when the doctors couldn't give them guarantees. "You have to be prepared for any outcome," one doctor had said, his tone cautious but kind. Those words lingered like a warning. Despite the challenges, Appiah's faith remained her anchor. Every hospital visit began and ended with prayer. She filled her home with worship songs, declaring promises even when her circumstances screamed otherwise. "God will make a way," she said to herself, even on the days she didn't believe it fully. Then one morning, after yet another round of treatment, Appiah woke up feeling different. She couldn't explain it, but something within her felt renewed. A quiet whisper in her spirit said, "Wait. Your time has come." Trying not to overthink it, she went about her day. But when her monthly cycle didn't come, a familiar spark of hope flickered in her heart, a hope she was almost afraid to entertain. She bought a test kit, her hands shaking as she waited for the result. The seconds felt like hours. Then she saw it, 2 bold lines. Her heart stopped. "No, it can't be," she gasped. Tears blurred her vision. She called Kojo, her voice trembling. "Kojo, I think it's positive." He rushed home, and together they went to the clinic to confirm. The doctor smiled as he looked at the result. "Congratulations, Mrs. Mensah. You're pregnant." For a moment, the world stood still. Appiah broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. Years of waiting, praying, and believing had finally brought her to this miracle. Kojo held her close, whispering, "Didn't I tell you? God's time is perfect." Her pregnancy journey was not without challenges. There were days of morning sickness, fatigue, and fear of losing what she had waited so long for. But each day, she reminded herself of the faith that brought her this far. She spent hours journaling her gratitude, recording her prayers, and singing softly to the life growing inside her. 9 months later, Appiah gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. As she held her daughter for the first time, her heart overflowed with joy and awe. She named her Naira, meaning blessing. In that moment, all the pain, the tears, and the waiting made sense. God had not been silent, He had been preparing her. Appiah's story became a testimony to others who were struggling with waiting and doubt. She began speaking at church programs, sharing her journey, and encouraging women to hold on to faith even when everything seems lost. Her journey taught her that faith is not tested in the moments when everything is going well, but in the moments when hope feels impossible. Appiah's test of faith became her greatest testimony, a reminder that with God, delays are not denials, and that His promises never fail. Watch out for episode 5.